Hey there, my fishing friends! Your favorite angler is back with another crucial fishing forecast to get you geared up for some incredible action. Today, we are diving deep into what awaits us on the 12th of December 2025 across the stunning waters of New Zealand. And let me tell you, this day is looking rather special for those willing to put in a little effort. With the warmth of summer really kicking in, we are talking about a period of high fish activity, which means excellent opportunities, but also a few quirks we need to be aware of. Stick around because I've got some insider tips that will definitely make your next trip a success. First up, for all you freshwater fanatics, let's talk about the magnificent rainbow and brown trout. This is prime time, friends, as summer really sets these beauties into an active feeding mode. Where to find them? Look for them in the classic trout strongholds like Lake Taupo, Lake Wanaka, and Lake Wakatipu. During these warm days, trout are going to be most active during the cooler parts of the day. That's early mornings and late evenings. They'll be on the hunt for food, so focus on areas where insects are hatching, like river mouths, faster oxygenated waters, and the edges of lake drop-offs. In my experience, they might also be in deeper waters during the brightest parts of the day, seeking cooler temperatures and cover. As for what to use, if you're a fly fishing enthusiast, this is dry fly season. Think big terrestrials, cicada or hopper patterns work wonders. For spinning, small, subtle lures mimicking baitfish are incredibly effective. Brightly colored lures like greens, yellows, and oranges can also attract attention, especially when trolling in deeper sections of lakes during the midday sun. Don't shy away from nymphs if you're exploring mountain streams. A weighted nymph can be highly productive as they'll be hungry after winter and actively feeding as the waters warm up. Remember, presentation is key. Natural drifts with your fly or a slow, steady retrieve with your spinner will often get you results. Moving to the saltwater scene, the mighty snapper are absolutely on the bite, especially around the North Island's Hauraki Gulf, Bay of Islands, and the Coromandel. December is a fantastic month for snapper as they gather in larger numbers and are actively feeding. Where to target them? Look for them on reefs and in areas with good structure, as well as along deeper edges of these reefs if you're on a boat with a sounder. My experience tells me that early mornings and late afternoons will be most productive. The clear waters might make them a bit cautious during the brightest hours. Try stray lining with pilchards or squid, letting your bait drift naturally down a burly trail. A simple ledger rig with a fresh bait, presented close to the bottom, will also do the trick. A little secret, fresh squid or a chunk of pilchard often outfishes anything else when the snapper are being picky. And for those who love a serious challenge, the powerful kingfish are truly in their peak season. These incredible fighters will be found around reefs, offshore drop-offs, and other underwater structures where baitfish congregate. This is the time to make sure your gear is robust, because when a kingfish hits, you're in for a fight. Vertical jigging with heavy metal jigs is incredibly effective for these predators. Look for signs of bait schools on your sounder or birds working the surface, which often indicate kingfish below. Live baiting with kahawai or trevally can also be devastatingly effective. Remember, kingfish are apex predators and highly opportunistic, so fast, erratic retrieves with your jigs or a lively bait will often trigger a strike. Work those deeper water columns and current lines. Now let's break down the conditions for the 12th of December 2025. The weather forecast for New Zealand is looking pretty settled, which is always good news for anglers. We're expecting comfortable daytime temperatures hovering around 68 to 73 degrees Fahrenheit, that's roughly 20 to 23 degrees Celsius, dropping to around 57 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 14 to 16 degrees Celsius overnight. While there might be a slight chance of patchy rain generally, we're looking at mostly dry conditions. Wind-wise, expect breezy to moderately windy conditions with an average speed of about 23 kilometers per hour or 14 miles per hour. Crucially, the atmospheric pressure seems to be stable, and stable conditions usually mean more active fish. However, the clear skies might lead to brighter conditions, which can sometimes make fish a bit more cautious during the middle of the day. The water temperatures across New Zealand's coastal areas are nicely warmed up, especially in the North Island, averaging around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. Even in the slightly cooler southern regions, temperatures are very conducive to good fishing. This warmth significantly increases the metabolic rate of most species, meaning they're actively feeding and moving. For freshwater, this means trout are more active and responsive to a wider range of presentations. As for the moon, on December 12, 2025, we'll be under a waning crescent phase with approximately 45% illumination. Now, many old-school anglers believe that a bright moon phase can make the daytime bite a bit slower, as fish might feed more actively during the night under brighter moonlight. While this isn't a no-go moon, it's one that might require a little more thought and strategy. Focus on those low-light periods, dawn and dusk, or target deeper areas where fish find comfort during the brightest parts of the day. Considering all these factors, my overall assessment for fishing in New Zealand on the 12th of December 2025 is a good to excellent bite, but with a touch of cautious activity during peak daylight hours. The warm and settled weather, combined with ideal water temperatures, points to high fish activity across both fresh and salt water. However, the clear water and the waning crescent moon might make the fish a little more wary during the brightest parts of the day. My advice: embrace the early mornings and late evenings, explore those deeper structures, and don't be afraid to experiment with your presentations. It's a fantastic day to be out on the water, but smart tactics will definitely pay off. So there you have it, friends. The forecast for the 12th of December 2025 in New Zealand is looking very promising for some fantastic fishing. Get out there, enjoy the beautiful summer conditions, and remember to respect our amazing waters. I wish you all tight lines. May your reels scream and your coolers be full. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and tell me in the comments below. What are your plans for this December fishing, and what's your go-to bait for snapper in those clear summer waters? Share your tips and let's keep this awesome fishing community growing.